Hi, everybody, and sorry about that delayed response. Welcome to another David Vance podcast, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the news that we all received with some surprise yesterday when Reform leader Nigel Farage unveiled his newest recruit to the upper echelons of Reform. Brand new face in the form of Nadim Zahawi. Oh, hang on a second, he's been around for quite a while. And I wanted to play you, there was a press conference, and there was one bit of the press conference that I found really quite interesting. Listen to this exchange when the issue of vaccines and some of the consequences of vaccines, the side effects, came up. And in particular, the way in which Sahawi dealt with it. Never mind Farage so much, but him. Let's just listen to this.
On this point about COVID vaccines, I hear the point about free speech, but the doctor previously mentioned told Reform's conference that the vaccines that you rolled out may have caused the King's cancer. And he was described by David Bull as someone who worked with him to write Reform's health policy. So do you reject those views? And if they have shaped Reform's health policy, will you try to change it?
I think you'll find David Bull actually spoke about vaccines on Friday night. At our event that we held down at the Excel Centre with just shy of 3,000 people launching our London campaign. And I think you'll find, if you look at what Dr. David Bull, our chairman, said, how proud he was of the work, actually for centuries, that London had done and led the way in with vaccines. And as Nadim said previously, we get all sorts of speakers from all over the world, some of whom have different opinions.
Can I just come in? Tony,
please.
I expected more from you. Right? That was a really stupid question. Right, and it doesn't even deserve an answer. So try again next time.
One more time with a stupid question. Did you seek any assurances from Mr. Farage or anyone else about Reform's policy on vaccines before you joined?
Right, let me take that again. I still think it's a stupid question, and I'll tell you for why. I know you want to persist on this because you just heard from the leader of the Reform Party that David Bull spoke about this and was very clear on this, and you're still going on about, were vaccines efficacious or not. I would not be sitting here, nor would Nigel be sitting next to me, if we didn't agree that we did the right thing for the nation to get the vaccine programme to the success that it achieved, the fastest vaccine rollout in Europe, if not in the world. And so that is why I think it's a stupid question.
And that's why I think he's a very stupid candidate for Reform. I want to just give you a little bit of reminder of the sort of things that Zahawi was saying back in 2020, 2021. Let's just check this out. First of all, he said that children can overrule their own parents to get the COVID jabs. He said that. So this was about pushing ahead with jabbing 12 to 15-year-olds. So that was what Zahawi was saying back then. He then said that, he was caught out when he was sacked by Rishi Sunak for a serious breach of ministerial code. He also said that COVID vaccine passports would be needed to avoid another lockdown. Gosh, that sounds a wee bit World Economic Forum-ish to me. And then what else have we got this is interesting. So his track record on vaccines is well dodgy. I'm sorry, it's well dodgy. This guy was an arch vaccinator. But okay, you can sort of say, well, okay, look, right, okay, get that. But let's leave it to one side. Can we please move on? Never mind the vaccine injured. Forget them. We got to move on. Life moves on. Some people might take that approach. So one of the biggest issue, I guess, that Reform are standing on is the issue of immigration. And they're pretty staunch in that, right? Or, they're not really, but they're better than anybody else. Let's see what he had to say about immigration. Oh dear. Conservative MP calls for a one-off amnesty for illegal migrants. He said that back in the day as well. So, look, folks, I mean, I know I'm labouring the point, but the truth of the matter is that this guy has a horrible track record. And I haven't even gone into the stuff that he said about Nigel Farage, because people can change for sure, with regard to how they view another person. I accept that. I don't really want to make a point there. But, I did hear Isabel Oakeshott dismissing the thing. Whenever Zahawi was horrible about Farage, she's dismissed that as well. It doesn't bother her. She can move on. Yeah, okay. But can the vaccine injured move on, Isabel? Could the people who were put through hell and back regarding whether or not they should take the jab and lose their career, should we just forget about them as well? Never mind the people who took the vaccine and got injured, serious injuries, life-changing injuries. Should we just move on from that as well? No, I'm sorry. No. This is an atrocious recruitment by Reform. And, we mustn't elevate Nigel Farage to such a degree that we should be afraid of saying anything bad about him or anything critical about him even. We can't do that. I'm not going to worship any politician, and I don't think, you should do the same. I think we should take a view that says, look, when they do things of which we do not approve, we should feel that we have the right to criticize them. And this one is not a good one. From all the sort of the cover that's been sent, all the sort of lieutenants have been sent out today to bat cover for this. I've listened to Richard Tice, listened to Isabel Oakeshott, listened to David Bull, all these people saying, Nadim's a great guy. He's a great guy. He's successful in business. Not overly successful to do with his tax returns, though, now was he? But I understand Nigel Farage's point as well, that, I get this, that if you're going to be a serious party and you're going to form a government, you need to have heavyweight people who can be part of that. That's okay. I no problem. He's not one of them. He's a failed chancellor. He's an atrocious vaccine minister. This guy has an atrocious record, and whoever in Reform thought this was a good move needs to be questioned. Or let me put another final thought before we go. How can Reform find space for Nadim Zahawi, but no space for Rupert Lowe or Ben Abid? Can any of you Reformers tell me that? So, as I say, we should be allowed to question as we wish. And I wish that Reform had not done this. And I won't look the other way. Thanks for listening.